English learners, welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
We're bringing you an advanced lesson today.
That's right. An advanced lesson where we talk about investing in emerging markets.
Right. So it's kind of a business topic. It's kind of a world topic as well.
Yes.
And it's pretty difficult.
Yeah, it is really hard.
Right. So if you're listening and you don't understand everything, please don't get discouraged. Don't worry about it because we're here to learn.
Yes, and we're here to help you.
Right. So let's get started with this. I'm really excited about this lesson.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Marco, maybe you can tell us a little bit. What is an emerging market?
An emerging market is a market that is starting to develop.
Okay.
And it's growing rapidly.
So you can maybe give some examples of emerging market.
Well, for example, China is an emerging market.
Yeah.
In the last years, it's been growing rapidly.
More and more people are moving to the middle class and have money to spend.
Right, exactly. So China is like a really great example of an emerging market.
All right. Well, with that, let's listen to the dialogue for the first time.
Dad, I'd like to borrow some money.
Sure, Johnny. How much do you need? $5?
Come on, Dad. I need $30,000. I want to get into the market. You know, I'm tired of hearing all this news about the economic downturn, the inevitable recession, people stuffing their money in their mattresses. I look at this as an opportunity. This is a chance for me to get a jump start on building my nest egg.
I don't know about that. With all the uncertainty in the markets right now, it'd be a very unwise decision to invest. I don't know if you're aware, son, but there has been a lot of turmoil in the markets recently. There have already been 500,000 layoffs in the last few months, and we have no idea how the proposed stimulus package will impact upon the economy. There's just too much instability. I just wouldn't feel comfortable investing in this climate.
But look at it this way. Every challenge is an opportunity. And anyway, I'm not talking about investing in the domestic market. There are emerging markets that promise great returns. Look at China, for example. They have 1.4 billion people, 500 million of whom have recently entered the middle class. Here alone, the aggregate demand for consumer goods represents an amazing wealth-generating opportunity.
Oh, come on, son. You're looking at this too naively. The Chinese market has exhibited a great deal of instability, and their currency has been devalued by almost a whole percentage point.
Fine then. If that's the way you feel, so be it. But you're losing out on a great opportunity here. I'm gonna hit up Mom for the cash.
Well, it sounds like the dad has missed out on a really big investment opportunity, hey?
Yeah, his son is pretty smart.
Yeah.
Pretty smart little boy.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we have some great words that we want to look at here. Why don't we start with the first one? Turmoil.
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 So we have some great examples of how turmoil is used in different sentences. So let's listen.
Example 1. With a civil war, a famine, and inflation, the country has been in turmoil for 10 years. Example 2.
There's been a lot of turmoil in my life recently. I've moved to a new city, I've changed my job, I broke up with my girlfriend.
Example 3. The devaluation of the dollar caused a great deal of turmoil in the markets.
So turmoil is a state of
uncertainty, of change, of difficult times.
a little bit of chaos.
Yeah,
also,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So, for example, when there's a lot of turmoil in the market, that means stock prices are changing drastically from day to day.
Right. Or the economy is in turmoil. There's a lot of problems going on.
Yeah, uncertainty.
Uncertainty. Okay. Good word. All right. And we also saw something really interesting in the dialogue about a proposed stimulus package.
Proposed stimulus package.
So a proposed stimulus package is something that's going on now.
Yes, let's break this phrase down. So we've got stimulus package.
A stimulus package, something to stimulate the economy, right?
Right, so money from the government to get the economy moving.
To get it moving, stimulus package.
Proposed.
It means that it hasn't been approved yet.
Right, it's suggested.
It's suggested. It's an idea. So the proposed stimulus package for the U.S. economy, for example, is $150 billion.
Right. That's $150 billion of American taxpayers' money that the government wants to put into the economy to keep it moving.
To keep it moving, right. So if it works or not, that's still a debate, but
yeah.
It's a proposed stimulus package.
So let's move to our third phrase, aggregate demand.
Aggregate demand.
Aggregate demand.
Aggregate demand.
So demand is pretty clear, but this word aggregate, what's that about?
Aggregate is like a combined, added.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Aggregate demand. For example, in a country like China, where cities like in Shanghai or cities like Beijing, where more and more people are accumulating wealth, the aggregate demand is increasing.
Right. The combined demand for consumer goods is growing.
Right. More people have more money, so they're spending more.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, Marco, there's a ton of excellent language in this dialogue, isn't there?
Yeah, a lot of good stuff here.
Yeah, and we want to listen to the dialogue one more time. But before we do, we have 3 words for you that we want you to listen for.
Yeah, pay attention to these words. Nest egg.
Nest egg.
Inevitable.
Inevitable.
And hit up.
Hit up.
So from the context of the dialogue, try and see if you can figure out what they mean. But after listening to it, we'll come back and explain it anyways.
Dad, I'd like to borrow some money.
Sure, Johnny. How much do you need? $5?
Come on, Dad. I need $30,000. I want to get into the market. You know, I'm tired of hearing all this news about the economic downturn, the inevitable recession, people stuffing their money in their mattresses. I look at this as an opportunity. This is a chance for me to get a jump start on building my nest egg.
I don't know about that. With all the uncertainty in the markets right now, it'd be a very unwise decision to invest. I don't know if you're aware, son, but there has been a lot of turmoil in the markets recently. There have already been 500,000 layoffs in the last few months, and we have no idea how the proposed stimulus package will impact upon the economy. There's just too much instability. I just wouldn't feel comfortable investing in this climate.
But look at it this way. Every challenge is an opportunity. And anyway, I'm not talking about investing in the domestic market. There are emerging markets that promise great returns. Look at China, for example. They have 1.4 billion people, 500 million of whom have recently entered the middle class. Here alone, the aggregate demand for consumer goods represents an amazing wealth-generating opportunity.
Oh, come on, son. You're looking at this too naively. The Chinese market has exhibited a great deal of instability, and their currency has been devalued by almost a whole percentage point.
Fine then. If that's the way you feel, so be it. But you're losing out on a great opportunity here. I'm gonna hit up Mom for the cash.
So the kid wants to invest because he wants to set up his nest egg.
That's right. So basically he wants to get a bunch of cash together so that he can buy a house or get married or whatever. It's that money you need to start your life, right?
To start your life, your nest egg. It's kind of a weird way of referring to this money, right?
I guess it is kind of funny.
And also the little boy talked about an inevitable recession.
Yes, inevitable.
Inevitable.
Inevitable basically means unavoidable.
Right.
So this guy thinks that the recession is unavoidable.
It's gonna happen.
Yes, inevitable. You know, this word inevitable, if you apply the root word, you can get a noun, an adjective, or an adverb, right?
Right.
So we've got some examples where you can see this word in action.
Example 1.
Jason knew he was going to get laid off, but he was trying to delay the inevitable.
Example 2. As a new manager, it's inevitable that you're going to make mistakes. Example 3.
Inevitably, we all die at the end of our lives.
So as you can see, the noun and adjective form are the same.
Yes, inevitable.
Inevitable. When we use it as an adverb, though, we add the ly to it.
Inevitably.
Inevitably.
Yes.
So yeah, as you can see, we could use it in many different ways depending on what we want to say.
Right. Well, inevitably, we have to move on to our third word.
Hit up.
Hit up.
So he says he's going to hit up Mom for the cash.
Ask his mom.
Yeah, hit up.
Yeah, this is kind of a slangy term, isn't it?
Yeah, it's more informal,
Yeah.
a lot more slangy. Yeah.
You wouldn't really use it with your boss, would you?
No, you're not going to go up to your boss and say, hey, I need to hit you up for some cash.
No. So, Marco, I think this word is only applying to money, right?
Well, you wouldn't go up to your boss and say, oh, I need to hit you up for some vacation time.
No, it's typically used like for money.
In this context.
Yeah.
Hit them up.
We've got some examples of the phrase hit up. Let's listen.
Example 1.
I'm going to hit up the boss for a raise.
Example 2. Are you trying to hit me up for money? Example 3.
I don't have any cash. Have you tried hitting up Sophie? She's rich.
Okay, so this is our first advanced lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. It is a lot more challenging, I think.
Yes.
Especially because it's set in a business context, so it makes it so we have a lot of specific words and a lot of technical vocabulary.
That's right. Marco, you're exactly right. And I think that our users are going to have a lot of questions about the language in this lesson. So I'd like to invite you guys to come onto our website at englishpod.com.
Exactly, where you can leave all your questions and comments and we'll be there to answer them. But until then, it's
goodbye.
Bye. The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. Unavoidable. Inevitable. Money that is saved to pay for something in the future, usually a house or retirement. Nest egg. A state of confusion, disorder, disturbance. Turmoil. Amount of money the government uses to improve the economy. Stimulus package. State of not being stable, being likely to change. Nations undergoing quick industrialization. Emerging market. Combined. Reduced in value. Devalue. Ask for money. Hit up. Let's try that faster. Unavoidable. Inevitable. Ask for money. Hit up. Amount of money the government uses to improve the economy. Stimulus package. State of not being stable, being likely to change. Money that is saved to pay for something in the future, usually a house or retirement. Nest egg. A state of confusion, disorder, disturbance. Turmoil. State of not being stable, being likely to change. A state of confusion, disorder, disturbance. Turmoil. State of not being stable, being likely to change. A state of confusion, disorder, disturbance. Turmoil. Unavoidable. Inevitable. Reduced in value. Devalue. Nations undergoing quick industrialization. Emerging market. State of not being stable, being likely to change. Nations undergoing quick industrialization. Emerging market. Now say the word and hear it in a sentence. Inevitable. Jason knew he was going to get laid off, but he was trying to delay the inevitable. Nest egg. I invested in the stock market 5 years ago and built a nice nest egg. Turmoil. With a civil war, a famine, and inflation, the country has been in turmoil for 10 years. Emerging market. Demand for luxury goods is growing quickly in emerging markets like China. Devalue. The currency has been devalued by nearly 40%. Hit up. I'm going to hit up the boss for a raise. Inevitable. Jason knew he was going to get laid off, but he was trying to delay the inevitable. Emerging market. Demand for luxury goods is growing quickly in emerging markets like China. Devalue. The currency has been devalued by nearly 40%. Hit up. I'm going to hit up the boss for a raise. Hello, English learners. Welcome back to another great lesson here with English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today we're bringing you an upper intermediate lesson.
A special lesson about the new president.
Right. It's been a hot topic in the U.S. The new president-elect, President Obama.
Yes.
So today we're bringing you something that you might see at his inaugural address.
That's true. So, Marco, can you explain this word, inaugural address?
The inaugural address is the first speech the president gives at the ceremony when he is officially president.
Okay. All right. So
Right.
It's his first presidential speech.
Exactly. Great. So let's take a look at some other words that we're going to find in the dialogue today in Vocabulary Preview.
Vocabulary preview.
All right, on Vocabulary Preview today, we have two words. The first one is swear in.
Swear in.
Swear in.
Swear in. We'll see this word in its past tense in the dialogue, right?
Right.
Sworn in.
Sworn in.
So it means...
So to swear someone in is to officially give that person a very important position,
Right.
usually in government.
Yeah.
And our second word is oath.
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 O-A-T-H. Oath.
An oath goes hand in hand with swear in, right?
That's right. When you swear someone in, they make an oath. A promise, right?
A promise.
An official promise to carry out the duties of that job.
Right, so they promise that they will do their job. Okay, great. So now let's listen to our dialogue for a first time. Where are we?
Well, we're actually watching a news reporter on TV. She's in Washington, and she's going to tell us all about what's happening.
Great, so let's listen.
This is Madeline Wright for BCC News reporting live from Washington, D.C., where very shortly the new president will deliver his inaugural address. Just moments ago, the president was sworn into office. Following the United States Constitution, the president swore an oath to faithfully execute the office of the presidency.
And what exactly is going on now, Madeline?
Well, Tom, true to American tradition, the band has just played Hail to the Chief, and the president has been honored with a 21-gun salute. Now we're waiting for the president to take the stage and deliver his speech. Tom, it's like the who's who of the political world here on Capitol Hill, with dignitaries representing several different countries.
What's the mood on the ground like, Madeline?
In a word, the mood here is electric. The excitement in the air is palpable. I've never seen a larger crowd here on Capitol Hill. The audience is shouting, crying, and embracing each other. On this, a most historic day, you can feel the hope and the excitement in the air. The 20th of January will go down in history as the... Oh, Tom, it looks like the president is about to begin.
My fellow Americans, I stand before you today
Okay, some technical problems at the inaugural address.
Yeah, I certainly hope this doesn't happen.
Well, if it does, you heard it first at English Pod.
Predictors of the future here.
Okay, let's take a look at language takeaway.
Language takeaway.
On language takeaway today, we're bringing you 4 words.
The first word is deliver.
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 Like deliver a pizza.
No. Let's listen. We've got 3 examples that will show the meaning of this word.
Example 1.
Who's going to deliver the welcome speech?
Example 2. I've been asked to deliver a presentation on the findings of our research project. Example 3.
Dr. Rosen is delivering a lecture on macroeconomics.
Okay, so deliver a speech.
Say a speech.
To say a speech.
Yeah,
So you wouldn't say a speech, you would say deliver a speech.
exactly.
Okay. Okay, our second word for language takeaway, the who's who.
The who's who.
The who's who.
So this is a funny expression, hey?
It's kind of weird.
The who's who is the important people in a particular field, right?
Right. So, For example, there was a party last night and the who's who of the film industry was there.
Whoa, so all the important stars
And directors
yeah.
and all that stuff.
Okay. You could also say the funeral was like a who's who of the political world.
Okay, so all the important political figures were at this funeral.
Exactly. Let's move to our third word.
Dignitaries.
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 Okay, we have some great examples so you can understand what this word means, so let's listen.
Example 1. Several important dignitaries were present at the opening ceremony, including the President of Brazil, the King of Spain, and the Pope. Example 2.
There are going to be a lot of foreign dignitaries at the dinner.
So basically, we can understand that dignitaries are really important people, right?
Right. Important political or religious figures.
I see.
All right, now our last word for language takeaway, palpable.
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 Palpable. When something is palpable, it's so strong you can feel it.
Okay, so it's a very strong feeling. You can almost touch it.
Yeah, like the excitement was palpable or the fear was palpable.
Okay, interesting word, palpable. Let's listen to our dialogue again, and now let's try and listen to all these words we just talked about.
This is Madeline Wright for BCC News, reporting live from Washington, D.C., where very shortly the new president will deliver his inaugural address. Just moments ago, the president was sworn into office. Following the United States Constitution, the president swore an oath to faithfully execute the office of the presidency.
And what exactly is going on now, Madeline?
Well, Tom, true to American tradition, the band has just played Hail to the Chief, and the president has been honored with a 21-gun salute. Now we're waiting for the president to take the stage and deliver his speech. Tom, it's like the who's who of the political world here on Capitol Hill, with dignitaries representing several different countries.
What's the mood on the ground like, Madeline?
In a word, the mood here is electric. The excitement in the air is palpable. I've never seen a larger crowd here on Capitol Hill. The audience is shouting, crying, and embracing each other. On this, a most historic day, you can feel the hope and the excitement in the air. The 20th of January will go down in history as the... Oh, Tom, it looks like the president is about to begin.
My fellow Americans, I stand before you today.
Okay, so if you noticed in our dialogue, we have some really interesting phrases there.
Yes.
So I think it's time for us to take a look at Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
On Fluency Builder today, we're going to be looking at 3 phrases that are very interesting because we can change them a little bit and form different patterns.
Yeah, so the first phrase we have is in a word.
In a word.
In a word.
In a word.
We use this expression when we want to describe something in one word.
Right.
Pretty simple, hey?
It's really simple.
Let's look at the pattern. We've got examples of how you could use this phrase.
Example 1. In a word, the situation is serious. Example 2.
What's it like there?
In a word, it's amazing.
Okay, so in a word, this podcast is
Awesome.
amazing.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay, let's look at our second phrase today. Go down in history.
Go down in history.
Go down in history.
So this is a really common phrase. I'm sure you guys have heard it.
Yeah, basically something that is really important that everyone will remember for a very long time.
Let's look at this pattern with a few examples.
Example 1.
This is going to go down in history as the worst disaster the world has ever seen.
Example 2. He'll go down in history as the best president we've ever had. Example 3.
This day will go down in history. Okay, so as you can see, the pattern is we're using a superlative.
That's right. The most, the best,
The biggest,
the worst.
the worst, right?
And our final phrase in putting it together is
My fellow Americans.
my fellow Americans.
My fellow Americans.
So obviously you can change this one up a little bit, hey?
Right, you can say my fellow co-workers,
My fellow citizens.
my fellow family members.
Yes.
So basically fellow just means like dear
Yeah.
in some way.
So, similar.
Similar.
Yeah.
So we looked at some great vocabulary and phrases, and now let's talk a little bit about these American traditions when electing a new president.
Yes.
Today in the studio we have JP who's joining us,
Hi, everyone.
Hey, JP.
and he's going to be talking to us about these traditions.
Oh, I am. Okay.
Yeah.
What are we going to talk about?
21 gun salute, what's that all about?
The 21 gun salute is the military salute where they say, and now we will have the 21 gun salute. So 21 soldiers with their rifles, they go, hur, 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 poof, and they all shoot them off at the same time. And I don't know why.
I think it's a sign of respect, hey?
Yeah.
Weird respect though.
Well,
shooting
I think in
guns.
Europe they would do a cannon or something.
Oh.
Right.
One cannon salute?
No, well, just cannons. Maybe just one cannon.
Maybe our European listeners know the answer to this.
Maybe.
Okay, and what about this song Hail to the Chief? Do you know anything about that?
I do not know anything about it, except that it's a march, and I think it's Sousa. I think John Philip Sousa wrote it. And whenever the president walks into a room, they play that song.
Really?
Yes, and I played it once for President Bush, the first one. I was a drummer.
You did?
And my marching band had to play that song for him.
Oh my God,
Wow.
JP, you're like famous.
Yeah, this was back in like 1986 or something. Was that even an election year? 88? I don't know.
Well, you did play for the president, so you
That's
know.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, JP, do you have any other sort of traditional things that happen when the president becomes the president?
Well, I can tell you that Jimmy Carter, you know, when he was elected president, this motorcade was going down Pennsylvania Avenue, and he stopped the car and got out.
Really?
To do what?
Yeah, to walk. He wanted to walk down Pennsylvania Avenue. He wanted to walk down the, down the street.
To be with the people.
Yeah, I think so, and I think it made the Secret Service insane.
Maybe the car smelled bad or something.
Maybe so. I think that is my memory of it. I might be confusing with The West Wing, but I'm not sure.
Too much TV.
Yeah, maybe. But when the president walks, it's a big deal.
So, JP, do you do anything special for the inauguration ceremony?
I always take the day off to watch.
You do?
I love watching it. I love, I love the swearing in ceremony, the ritual of it, the speech.
All right, everyone, we're out of time. I hope you enjoyed this political lesson.
And I hope you have a happy inauguration day.
Happy inauguration day, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, great. We're definitely going to take the day off to watch it with JP. And hopefully you guys can too.
Well, thanks for listening, everyone. And until next time, goodbye.
Bye. The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. Give information by speaking. Say something officially.
Deliver.
Place someone in a new position by holding an official ceremony where he promises to do the job well.
Swear in.
Official. Serious promise.
Oath.
Important and famous people in a particular industry.
Who's who?
Person with a high rank or position, especially in government or religion.
Dignitary.
So strong you can feel it. Obvious.
Palpable.
To describe it in one word.
In a word.
Used to describe people of the same group.
Fellow.
Be remembered.
Go down in history.
Let's try that faster. Be remembered.
Go down in history.
Person with a high rank or position, especially in government or religion.
Dignitary.
Be remembered.
Go down in history.
Person with a high rank or position, especially in government or religion.
Dignitary.
Official, serious promise.
Oath.
To describe it in one word.
In a word.
Important and famous people in a particular industry.
Who's who.
Used to describe people of the same group.
Fellow.
Person with a high rank or position, especially in government or religion.
Dignitary.
Place someone in a new position by holding an official ceremony where he promises to do the job well.
Swear in.
Give information by speaking. Say something officially.
Deliver.
To describe it in one word.
In a word.
Place someone in a new position by holding an official ceremony where he promises to do the job well.
Swear in.
Important and famous people in a particular industry.
Who's who.
To describe it in one word.
In a word.
Be remembered.
Go down in history.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Deliver. Who is going to deliver the welcome speech? Swear in. The president-elect will be sworn in on the 20th of January. Oath. The president swore an oath to lead the country fairly and justly. Who's who. The convention was like a who's who of the auto industry. Palpable. I had a palpable sense of relief when I heard your plane landed safely. Dignitary. Several important dignitaries were present at the opening ceremony, including the President of Brazil, the King of Spain, and the Pope. Go down in history. This is going to go down in history as the worst disaster the world has ever seen. Deliver. Who is going to deliver the welcome speech? Who's who. The convention was like a who's who of the auto industry. Dignitary. Several important dignitaries were present at the opening ceremony, including the President of Brazil, the King of Spain, and the Pope. Go down in history. This is going to go down in history as the worst disaster the world has ever seen.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And my name is Catherine, and today we're going on a little driving lesson.
That's right, we're going to learn how to drive, but not only how to drive, but all the vocabulary and words associated to this activity. So why don't we listen to this dialogue for the first time, and we'll be back to explain it.
Okay, I'm ready for my driving lesson. Should I start the car?
Hold on there, Fittipaldi. First, let's go over things one more time. Now, before you even think of starting the car, make sure your seat is at a comfortable position and you can grip the steering wheel firmly. Next, check your rear view mirrors to make sure you can see properly.
We've been through this a million times. Let's get going already. I'm ready.
Fine. Start the car. Okay, now gently step on the clutch and shift to first gear. Good. Now accelerate gently and let go of the clutch as you do it. There we go. Good.
I'm doing it. I'm driving. This is awesome. Let's turn some music on.
Keep your eyes on the road. No music. We are coming up to a red light. Step on the brakes. What are you doing? I said the brakes. Look out for those people. Get off the sidewalk.
Get out of my way. Oh, this is just like playing video games.
It's the police. Pull over.
They'll never take me alive.
All right, great. So it's a great driving lesson, just like the video games.
Well, hopefully not like video games. We don't want to hurt anyone. But that comes a little bit later. First, let's check out some of these very important phrases in today's language takeaway.
Language takeaway.
All right, so on language takeaway, we have 5 words for you today, starting with the first one, the steering wheel.
Okay, steering wheel. So this comes from the fact that we have a wheel that we use to turn the car left and right. And so that's called to steer, to change the direction of something.
So the verb to steer is to take it left or right.
Exactly. So steering wheel is the instrument that we use to change the car's direction.
Very good. And, well, apart from this instrument, also in order to look to other cars that are behind you, you would look at your rear view mirror.
Great. So rear view mirror. This is a mirror that you have in front of you in the middle of the car, and you look at this mirror to find out if there are cars behind you. So it's a rear view. That means you're looking at the back. Rear means back or behind.
What about the mirrors that are on the side of the car, on the doors?
Those are called side view mirrors.
Side view mirrors.
Very literal.
Okay, very good. And well, moving on, he was instructing her on how to drive, and he said, step on the clutch.
Well, this is an important word for those of you who are driving manual cars. That means that you have to control the way that the gas goes into the engine by yourself. And so a clutch is a pedal. It's the third pedal on the left, and you push this pedal to change gears. Okay, so some cars, they don't have this. For those of you who don't worry about it. But if you do, a clutch is on the far left. It's the third pedal.
Okay, so this is for a manual car, manual transmission car, because many people have automatics where you just accelerate and the car automatically changes gears.
Exactly. And so a lot of Europeans drive manual cars and have this clutch.
Okay, so you step on the clutch, and in order to change gear, you say to shift into first gear.
That's right, because if you're driving, you know that you can't go from first to fifth gear, right? There's 4 or 5 gears. And so you have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have to go in order. So we're shifting. We're moving up or we're moving down. So that's called to shift.
All right, to shift. And now in the dialogue, we heard to shift into first gear. So that's what it's called.
Exactly. And so normally the car starts in N, neutral. That was when you're at a brake, you're to stop. And if you want to start the car, you have to shift to first gear. And that's the lowest. That's going to help the car go.
Okay, so to shift into first gear. Awesome vocabulary. I think this is really useful, especially because it's very specific, so you don't really see it very often in anywhere, but sometimes you need to use it.
That's right, and it's especially useful if you're trying to teach someone
how to drive.
Yeah, because not everyone knows how to drive manual.
Exactly. So why don't we listen to the dialogue again, and we'll be back to explain Fluency Builder.
Hi, welcome. Are you ready to listen to our story? Today, we are going to talk about learning how to drive. It's something that many people find exciting, but it also requires a lot of practice and attention. Let's imagine you getting into a car for the first time. Your hands are a little nervous as they grip the steering wheel. You feel the seat beneath you and adjust it to make sure you're comfortable. You need to be able to reach the pedals and have a clear view of the road. Before starting the engine, take a moment to check your rearview mirrors. These are important because they help you see what's behind you while driving. A quick glance in the side mirrors also ensures you're aware of everything around your car. Now that everything is ready, it's time to start the car. You place the key in the ignition and turn it. The engine hums to life and you're ready to go. But wait, before you drive, let's go over some important steps. The first thing you do is gently press the clutch pedal with your left foot. This is a step you only do in cars with manual transmissions. Then, you shift into first gear with the gear stick. It's a smooth motion, but it takes practice. Once you're in gear, you slowly release the clutch while gently pressing the gas pedal with your right foot. There's a lot to think about. Keeping your hands on the steering wheel, pressing the right pedals at the right time, and paying attention to the road ahead. As you start moving, you feel a sense of freedom and excitement. Driving isn't easy at first, but it's also a rewarding skill to have. With practice, it gets easier. So, how did it feel? You're on your way to becoming a confident driver, one step at a time. Now that you're in first gear and moving, it's time to get comfortable with the basics. As you drive, Keep both hands firmly on the steering wheel. It's important to have control of the car, especially when you're just starting. If you ever feel unsure, don't panic. Just focus on the road and take things one step at a time. Let's talk about your surroundings. You need to keep an eye on the road ahead, but also be aware of other drivers and pedestrians. In this part of the world, people are often walking along the sidewalks, so always look out for them. Remember, the sidewalk is where people walk, and it's important not to drive on it. You may notice other cars around you, too. The rearview mirror helps you see what's behind you, but the side mirrors are just as important. They allow you to check the lanes beside you to make sure there are no cars in your blind spots. To change lanes, always signal first. This is a simple but important step to ensure everyone on the road knows what you're planning to do. As you continue driving, it's time to get familiar with stopping. When you approach a red light or stop sign, slow down and step on the brakes. Make sure to press the brake pedal smoothly, don't slam it down. A gentle touch is all you need to stop safely. This will help you avoid any sudden jerks or uncomfortable stops. Driving is a process of constant learning. The more you practice, the better you'll become at handling the car. Remember, driving isn't a race. It's about being calm, safe, and aware of your surroundings. As you continue driving, you start to feel more confident, but there's still a lot to learn. Let's talk about turning. When you approach a turn, it's important to signal your intention to other drivers. Use your turn signal to let them know which direction you're going. This is a key part of driving safely. Before making the turn, reduce your speed. Turning too fast can cause you to lose control of the car. Gently steer the wheel in the direction you want to go, but always remember to keep both hands on the wheel. If you're turning left, your left hand should be on the wheel, and if you're turning right, your right hand should be in control. It might feel a bit awkward at first, but with practice, it becomes second nature. After you make the turn, check your mirrors to ensure everything is still clear. Don't forget to adjust your speed as you continue on the road. It's important to drive according to the flow of traffic. If you're going too fast, slow down. If you're driving too slowly, speed up. At some point, you'll encounter a stop sign. This is one of the most important things to master. When you see a stop sign, slow down and come to a complete stop. It's not enough to just slow down. You must stop completely before you move again. Look both ways to make sure no cars or pedestrians are coming, and then proceed with caution. One thing you'll also notice is the need to look ahead while driving. Don't just focus on the car in front of you. Keep your eyes on the road ahead. This will help you anticipate what's coming and make quick decisions if you need to. Being proactive rather than reactive is key to becoming a good driver. The more you practice, the more comfortable you'll feel. It might be challenging now, but every new skill you master is one step closer to becoming a confident, safe driver. Now that you're getting more comfortable with turning and stopping, let's talk about a very important aspect of driving: parking. Parking can seem a little tricky at first, but with practice, it will become an easy part of your routine. When you approach a parking spot, make sure to slow down. Always signal your intention to park so that other drivers know what you're planning to do. If you're parking in a parallel spot, start by lining up your car with the spot, ensuring you have enough space to move. Shift into reverse, but before you start backing up, check all around your car. Look over your shoulder to make sure there are no obstacles or pedestrians. It's crucial to stay aware of your surroundings, especially when reversing. Gently turn the steering wheel to guide your car into the space, and keep an eye on both your rearview and side mirrors. As you back in, take it slow. Don't rush the process. Parking requires patience and precision. Once you're fully in the space, make sure the car is straight and not too close to the lines. This will help other cars park next to you without difficulty. After parking, shift your car into park and turn off the engine. It's always a good idea to check if your car is in a safe, legal parking spot. If you're in a spot with restrictions, you could end up with a ticket or have your car towed. Parking is an important skill that will take time to master. The more you practice, the easier it will become. Don't worry if it's difficult at first. Most new drivers feel the same way. Over time, you'll be able to park smoothly and confidently, whether it's parallel parking, angle parking, or parking in a straight space. As you continue practicing, one thing that's crucial to becoming a skilled driver is learning to stay calm in challenging situations. For example, driving in busy traffic can be stressful for new drivers, but with experience, you'll learn how to handle it. When driving through traffic, keep a safe distance between your car and the one ahead. This will give you enough time to react if the car in front of you suddenly stops or slows down. A good rule of thumb is to follow the 3-second rule. To do this, choose a fixed point ahead, like a sign or a tree. When the car in front of you passes that point, start counting 1001, 1002, 1003. If you reach the point before you finish counting, you're too close. Slow down and give yourself more space. Another important thing to remember is to always check your blind spots before changing lanes. When you're driving in traffic, it's easy to forget to look over your shoulder. However, checking your blind spots can prevent accidents. Make it a habit to glance over your shoulder before you make any lane changes, and always use your turn signal to let other drivers know your intentions. If you encounter a situation where another driver is being aggressive or driving too fast, don't engage. Stay calm and let them pass. It's better to keep a safe distance than to get into a confrontation. You can always pull over and let them go if they are tailgating or driving too recklessly. Also, be mindful of road signs and signals, especially in busy areas. They will tell you when to stop, yield, or turn. Not paying attention to these can lead to accidents or fines. Driving is not just about controlling the car, it's also about understanding the rules of the road and following them carefully. Stay calm, focused, and patient, and the traffic around you will become much easier to handle. The more you practice, the more confident you'll feel in these situations. Remember, driving is not a race. Take your time, stay aware, and always drive safely. At this point, you've covered a lot of the basic driving skills: starting the car, turning, stopping, parking, and driving in traffic. But there are still a few key elements of driving that will make you an even better driver. One of these is driving in different weather conditions. Weather can affect how you drive in many ways. On rainy days, roads can become slippery, and it's important to adjust your speed accordingly. When it rains, always make sure your windshield wipers are on, so you have a clear view of the road. If the rain is heavy, it's a good idea to reduce your speed. This will give you more time to react in case something unexpected happens, like another driver suddenly stopping or a puddle causing your car to skid. In icy or snowy conditions, the roads are even more dangerous. Driving on ice can cause your tires to lose grip, and you may have trouble stopping or turning. If you live in an area where it snows, it's important to learn how to drive safely in winter weather. Always reduce your speed and increase the distance between your car and others. If the road is particularly icy, it's often best to avoid driving unless absolutely necessary. In foggy weather, visibility can be severely reduced. Use your fog lights or low beam headlights, as high beams can actually make the fog worse. Slow down and drive with extra caution. It's harder to see pedestrians, other cars, or road signs in fog, so it's important to drive carefully and be ready to stop at any moment. When it's sunny, be mindful of glare from the sun. It can be difficult to see the road clearly, especially during the early morning or late afternoon. Always use your sun visor if you need it, and keep a safe distance from other cars. If the sun is blinding you, it's okay to pull over to the side of the road until you're able to see better. Driving in different weather conditions requires extra attention and care. Don't rush, and always make adjustments to your driving based on the situation. Weather is something you can't control, but you can control how you respond to it. With experience, you'll get better at handling different conditions and becoming a more confident and safe driver. Now that you've mastered driving in different weather conditions, it's time to discuss another crucial part of driving: navigating through intersections and roundabouts. Intersections are where roads meet, and they can be a little tricky to navigate, especially if you're new to driving. But with the right techniques, you'll be able to handle them smoothly. When you approach an intersection, always reduce your speed. Take a moment to look for traffic signals and signs. If there's a stop sign, make sure you come to a complete stop. This is important because other cars may be moving through the intersection, and you need to be sure it's safe to continue. After stopping, look both ways, left, right, and then left again before proceeding. It's essential to check for oncoming traffic, especially when turning. At a traffic light, if the light is green, that means it's safe to go, but always check to see if there's any traffic or pedestrians crossing the road. Don't just rely on the light, always stay alert. In some cases, you might have to yield the right of way. This means that even if you have the green light, you should wait for other drivers or pedestrians to clear the intersection before proceeding. Yielding is about being considerate and preventing accidents. Roundabouts are another feature you might encounter. A roundabout is a circular intersection where cars move in one direction. The key to navigating a roundabout is understanding who has the right of way. Generally, vehicles already in the roundabout have the right of way, so when you approach, slow down and wait for an opening. Once there's a safe gap, you can enter the roundabout and continue driving. Always use your turn signal to indicate your exit from the roundabout. Roundabouts might seem confusing at first, but with practice, you'll get the hang of them. The important thing to remember is to stay calm, follow the flow of traffic, and make sure you're aware of the other cars around you. Navigating intersections and roundabouts requires focus and patience. With each intersection you approach, take your time, check for signals, signs, and other vehicles, and always make sure it's safe to move forward. In no time, you'll feel more comfortable driving through any intersection, no matter how busy it gets. As you become more comfortable with intersections and roundabouts, let's talk about one of the most important skills every driver needs to master: highway driving. While it might seem intimidating at first, driving on highways becomes easier with practice. Highways have faster speeds, more cars, and often higher stakes, so it's important to be fully prepared when you hit the road. Before you enter the highway, check your mirrors and use your turn signal. It's essential to merge safely into traffic, and you need to make sure there's enough space for you to enter without cutting off other drivers. Always be aware of the cars in the lanes next to you. If you're entering from an on-ramp, you may need to accelerate to match the speed of the traffic already on the highway. Once you're on the highway, make sure to stay in your lane and keep a safe distance from the car ahead. At higher speeds, it's important to leave more space between you and the vehicle in front of you. A good rule is to maintain at least a 3-second gap, but even more space is better, especially in case of sudden stops. Another key aspect of highway driving is merging and lane changes. Always use your mirrors and signal your intentions clearly before switching lanes. You'll need to check both your rearview mirror and side mirrors, and make sure there's enough space in the next lane before you move over. Also, remember to adjust your speed according to the traffic flow. On the highway, traffic moves fast, and it's important to match the pace without speeding. Highways can also have exits, and it's important to plan ahead when you need to get off. Watch for signs that indicate upcoming exits, and start moving over to the appropriate lane in advance. Don't wait until the last minute to change lanes, as this can be dangerous. If you ever need to slow down on the highway, do so gradually. Sudden braking at high speeds can be risky, especially when you're driving with other cars close behind you. Always keep an eye on the road ahead and anticipate any slowdowns. Using your turn signal is also crucial when preparing to exit or change lanes. Driving on the highway is an entirely different experience compared to city streets, but with practice, you'll feel more comfortable at higher speeds. It's all about staying aware, being cautious, and knowing when to react to the changing conditions around you. As you gain more experience on the road, one last thing you'll need to master is handling emergency situations. No one expects emergencies to happen while driving, but being prepared for the unexpected can make a big difference in keeping you and others safe. One of the most common emergencies you might face is a flat tire. If you feel your car start to pull to one side or hear a strange noise coming from your tire, it's time to pull over safely. Make sure you are in a secure spot, like a parking lot or the shoulder of the road. Turn on your hazard light so other drivers can see that your car is stopped. Once you're safely off the road, you can either change the tire yourself or call for roadside assistance. If you find yourself in a situation where your brakes fail, don't panic. Keep calm and try to pump the brake pedal to build up pressure. If that doesn't work, use the emergency brake, but do it slowly and carefully to avoid locking up the wheels. If you can, steer the car to a safe place and come to a stop. Remember, always drive with enough space around you so that if something goes wrong, you have room to react. Another emergency you might encounter is being in a collision. If you're involved in a minor accident, stay calm and make sure everyone is okay. Check for injuries, and if needed, call emergency services. If you're able, take pictures of the damage and exchange information with the other driver. Never leave the scene of an accident, even if it seems small. In the case of more severe emergencies, such as an engine failure or other mechanical issues, you'll need to pull over immediately and turn on your hazard lights. If you're on a busy road, make sure to move to the side of the road as far as possible and call for help. It's always a good idea to have a roadside assistance service number saved in your phone, just in case. Lastly, driving at night or in poor visibility conditions can present its own set of challenges. If you find yourself driving at night, make sure your headlights are on and always dim them when you're approaching other cars to avoid blinding the driver. Keep a safe distance and be extra cautious when turning or merging, as it's harder to see other cars or obstacles. The key to handling emergencies is being prepared and staying calm. The more you drive, the more confident you'll become in dealing with these situations. Safety should always be your top priority, so always make sure your car is well maintained, and never hesitate to pull over or ask for help if you need it. Thank you for being a part of English Podcast Zone.
Okay, I'm ready for my driving lesson. Should I start the car?
Hold on there, Fittipaldi. First, let's go over things one more time. Now, before you even think of starting the car, make sure your seat is at a comfortable position and you can grip the steering wheel firmly. Next, check your rear view mirrors to make sure you can see properly.
We've been through this a million times. Let's get going already. I'm ready.
Fine. Start the car. Okay, now gently step on the clutch and shift to first gear. Good. Now accelerate gently and let go of the clutch as you do it. There we go. Good.
I'm doing it. I'm driving. This is awesome. Let's turn some music on.
Keep your eyes on the road. No music. We are coming up to a red light. Step on the brakes. What are you doing? I said the brakes. Look out for those people. Get off the sidewalk.
Get out of my way. Oh, this is just like playing video games.
It's the police. Pull over.
They'll never take me alive.
All right, we're back. So now why don't we take a look at 4 key phrases in Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
Well, the first phrase is maybe the most important when driving. It's the first thing you do. You start the car.
All right, so you don't say you turn on the car, right?
No, so you put the key in the ignition and you start the car. That means you turn it on.
What about when you want to turn off the car, turn the car off? You say stop the engine.
Stop the car.
Stop the car. Stop the
engine.
Stop the engine, right? All right, very good. Moving on, our next phrase is a million times. Why is this a phrase, a million times? This is pretty literal, right?
We've been through this a million times. Well, no, it's not literal. Otherwise, I think I might kill the person. Because a million times means that we've had this same conversation many times. But you can't actually have it a million times. That's way too many.
So it's an exaggeration.
Yeah, it's a way to say a lot. So
a lot.
I've heard him say this a million times.
I've heard this story a million times.
Or I've done this. I've turned the car on a million times.
Okay, awesome. And now, well, they were driving and they heard a police siren and the guy told her to pull over.
Okay, so this is a very common car phrase again, especially when you're dealing with the police. So to pull over means to slow the car down and to stop it on the side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
So you could hear a policeman say, pull over. So pull over your car. That means slow down and stop the car on the side. Because obviously you can't stop in the middle of the road.
Right. So sometimes your mobile phone will ring as well. And you don't have a hands-free, so you have to pull over to the side so you can pick up the phone. Usually, right?
Exactly. Or you could say, hey, Mom, could you pull over? I have to use the restroom.
Exactly. Awesome. All right. And our last phrase for today is to take me alive, to take someone alive.
They'll never take me alive.
All right.
That's what the character says. And so this is a phrase that we use when we're talking about people who are running away from the law. So he says, they'll never capture me. And if they do, I'll be dead. So he's saying either I run free or I die.
All right. So to take someone alive is basically that. But is it literal? Would you say?
No, this is not literal. He's saying they'll never catch me.
Okay, very good. All right, so that's all the phrases we have for today. Why don't we listen to this dialogue for the last time, and we'll be back.
Okay, I'm ready for my driving lesson. Should I start the car?
Hold on there, Fittipaldi. First, let's go over things one more time. Now, before you even think of starting the car, make sure your seat is at a comfortable position and you can grip the steering wheel firmly. Next, check your rear view mirrors to make sure you can see properly.
We've been through this a million times. Let's get going already. I'm ready.
Fine. Start the car. Okay, now gently step on the clutch and shift to first gear. Good. Now accelerate gently and let go of the clutch as you do it. There we go. Good.
I'm doing it. I'm driving. This is awesome. Let's turn some music on.
Keep your eyes on the road. No music. We are coming up to a red light. Step on the brakes. What are you doing? I said the brakes. Look out for those people. Get off the sidewalk.
Get out of my way. Oh, this is just like playing video games.
It's the police. Pull over.
They'll never take me alive.
All right, we're back. So driving now, this is interesting because as you mentioned, a lot of people in America usually have automatic transmissions, whereas in Europe, maybe they have manual transmissions.
Exactly.
Is there a reason for that, do you think?
I'm not sure what the reason would be. I think a lot of American car makers manufacture more automatic cars in general. Some people say that it's because people in America are less concerned with gas. But if you have a manual transmission, you can actually conserve a bit of gas. And so because gas prices in Europe are higher generally, more people are interested in having manual transmissions.
Also, I remember when I was younger, my dad always bought cars that had a manual transmission because he said that if ever they break down, it's much easier and cheaper to fix a car that has a manual transmission than it is to fix an automatic one.
That's right. Well, and I personally think that it's better to learn how to drive on a manual transmission car because you can drive any car afterwards. But if you learn an automatic, you'll never know how to drive a manual.
There was also a case on television recently about a small child that actually the dialogue is based on it is he took his dad's car and he was like 7 years old and he was driving and was being chased by the police.
No way.
And then he pulled into his house and got out of the car and ran into the house. So obviously he was an underage driver, but he didn't get into much trouble. But it was interesting because he drove very, very well.
That's unbelievable.
And basically almost learned it by game simulators, by video games, on how you drive on a video game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
well, NASCAR, here he comes.
Right. So if you have any questions, any comments, or any other suggestions for lessons, please come to our website, englishpod.com, and we'll see you guys there.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Hold, reach. Grip. The pedal that you press before you change gear. Clutch. The part of the road where people walk. Sidewalk. The wheel which the driver holds in a car. Steering wheel. To move a car to the side of the road and stop. Pull over.
Let's try that faster.
Hold, reach. Grip. The wheel which the driver holds in a car. Steering wheel. The pedal that you press before you change gear. Clutch. The part of the road where people walk. Sidewalk. To move a car to the side of the road and stop. Pull over.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Grip. I have a bad grip when it comes to holding on to things. Grip. Grip the steering wheel firmly and make sure your hands have free space. Grip. What, are you crazy? Get a grip. Clutch. I have to take the car to the mechanic because the clutch is broken. Clutch. Remove your foot from the clutch very slowly as you accelerate. Clutch. Remember to clutch when you want to change gears. Sidewalk. I hate it when people ride their motorcycles on the sidewalks. Sidewalk. Some sidewalks in this city are too crowded. Sidewalk. I slipped and almost broke my leg in that sidewalk right there. Steering wheel. I'm thinking of buying a new steering wheel for my car. Steering wheel. The steering wheel of the car just came out. Steering wheel. Someone took the steering wheel from my car and left the rest of it. Pull over. He should have pulled over, but he didn't. Pull over. Pull over near the next exit. Pull over. Whatever you do, don't pull over.